This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome to Quality Hang. And as always, I'm joined on this broadcasting adventure, and boy, isn't it an adventure, with my partner in crime, my friend, and a guy who just witnessed my panic attack about 45 seconds ago. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, man?
Nada, it's good to be back. Good to see you back. Good to see you get that adrenaline rush 30 seconds before we go on air. That's sweet. Sweet.
You take a week off to get to relaxation, and you come right back, and all of a sudden a live grenade is thrown in your lap. We won't bore you with the details, but we were kind of shaky there on
Hey
on
man,
Live. But hey,
that
baby,
radio experience comes in heavy.
there you go.
Heavy.
It ain't nothing but a thing. We are back in the
Yeah.
saddle, and we are happy to be back live here on Quality Hang. Before we get started with all the hijinks and the shenanigans, as always, we start the show by thanking our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. And at all 3 locations, all of them do the exact same great things. Plural, I said things. Diverse menu, great food to offer that diverse menu, craft beer selection, absolute quality. Whatever you're into craft beer wise, or whatever you don't know that you're into, they have it for you there at Hop Monk. But for me, the best thing about Hop Monk is what they do as far as live music, live entertainment is concerned. You get acts from all across the country to stop by all 3 Hop Monk venues. But for me, it's the place for local artists to see and be seen at all 3 Hop Monk venues. So to see what they have going on in Hop Monk as far as live music, maybe there's something there that will tickle your fancy. Check them out online at hopmonk.com. Definitely follow them on all the socials. And most importantly, make sure you check them out in Novato, Sonoma, or in Sebastopol. You will not be disappointed. Marcus, so I was gone for a week, and a lot of things happened. So maybe we'll get into some things that happened today, and definitely some things that happened over the week.
Yeah.
But I had a good vacation.
Jeez.
Had a good vacation. It was a lot of fun. And guess what I saw?
What
A bear! Hey, look, a bear!
Is that a brown bear? What is that?
That is a juvenile, a youngster, brown bear. Or black bear, pardon me,
Black
in,
bear.
in Northern California.
Nice.
And we had this fella come by. We're assuming it's a dude. I don't know. We didn't do, we didn't.
You
We
didn't do a nut check. I get
no,
it.
we didn't, and maybe the bear was going through some things. We didn't want to assume to the bear, we didn't want to sex the bear ourselves, pause. But we didn't want to ask it any questions because maybe it was going through some sort of an identity crisis. You don't know what fellow mammals are going through. But we did see this fella, and it actually came by the spot we were staying. It was like it had a commute. Like every day at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, it would come down the hill, and it would just come across the street, and it would nibble on some berries, have a fight with the tree. I don't know why it would do that, and then it would just just kind of go on. But I did the bear viewing from the safety of the spot I was staying in. Although this bear did try to tell me that Cal was going to win the ACC, go to a major bowl game, and I'm like, really, is that what you think?
That is not a bear that knows any history.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's a youngster. It doesn't know about years and years and years of Cal football futility. So, so yeah, we got to mix and mingle with the local wildlife from a distance, of course, because I'm a big chicken when it comes to that.
I bet you that bear is mixed and mingled with plenty of human beings.
Yeah, it was definitely tame. And it definitely was not flummoxed by humans and cars and all that kind of stuff. But and the Tahoe area, Northern California, bears is out there getting active, dog. They are. Ooh. It used to be back in the day. Let's say 10 years ago, that seeing a bear was a rarity. You did not see a bear because bears didn't want to be seen. Now
and you didn't want to see him. That's right.
You don't want to see him now for a variety of reasons. Seeing a bear, That's just part of
Seriously.
the ambiance when you're in Tahoe now.
Seriously. Right. I mean, I haven't been to Tahoe in a while. So actually I haven't been since before I moved to New Orleans. So it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the bear population, they have, I mean, I don't know if they've exploded, but like I said, they have definitely lost any fear of.
Yeah. I love seeing the videos of the bears going through the cars, going through people's refrigerators.
Oh yeah. No,
Going-
you cannot leave food in your car.
No,
Nothing.
man.
You cannot leave food in your car. Lock your car, because even if there is no food in there,
locked.
they will get in that bad boy. And now everyone there, they have some sort of bear proofing on their homes. And again, 10 years ago, you didn't see that. You didn't even think about it. Now everybody's got something where you have a bear mat that sends like a little electrical shock that then hurt the bear but gets the bear's attention, or they have bear wires on all the windows and doors if they don't have a bear mat. So yeah, man, this is that's part of the deal.
I'm not shocked, since the more and more people move out there and inhabit that space.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably gonna run into a few more of them.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for you if you run into one of the grown-ups.
Yeah. Oh, with babies? Yeah, you don't want to do that. No.
Pray for yourself.
No, you don't want to do that. So yeah. So shout out to our bear homie, our friend that we made over the course of the week. Man, just keep doing you. Just keep snacking on them berries, and you can see the coat there is kind of a little bit mangy. He's got the black head, but then he's got the sort of the blonde frosted tips on the back. He straightened that out. You're gonna be good, young homie.
Yeah,
So
okay,
shout out
boo-boo.
to you. Yeah. I'm sure that bear will be breaking into a car near you at some point in the nearest future. So yeah, your boy Rod B. I got to commune with the local wildlife, baby. I'm a regular. What was the name of the guy? I mean, this reference is dated, but some of you will get it. And if you don't, ask your grandparents. What was the name of the dude that was on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Marlon Perkins. Your boy was like Marlon Perkins over the week, man, kicking it with the local wildlife, baby.
Marlon Perkins, low key, that is the white Morgan Freeman. I never saw that dude young. Never saw. I mean, when I was a little kid, that dude had to be at least 70. I mean,
it's funny because it's true.
Never saw that dude as like a middle-aged man. He was like grandpa age. I was still there in my childhood.
And he would always be sitting on top of the Jeep. It was talking about the wildlife that he was seeing on Mutual of Omaha's dime, while like his lackey was down there just getting his ass whooped by the wildlife that he was talking about.
Bit of a mumbler, bit of a low talker.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to get in the way of what was really going down, which was his assistant getting his ass whooped by like a cheetah or something. We don't need words to get in the way of that.
Thanks.
So it was a good vacation. Glad to be back and glad to get into the mix and glad to sort of plug into the matrix once again and get back into the sports world. And we start with the Niners training camp day 10 in the books today, and the Niners are in the absolute thick of training camp. As I said, 10 practices in, with joint practices against the Denver Broncos in the first preseason game of the season against those same Broncos this coming weekend. You get to this point of camp, and this is not exclusive to the Niners. This is just one of the things in football. You get to this point of camp, and guys get beat up. The Niners have 13 players, or had 13 players, that did not participate today, and 5 players on the physically unable to perform list. And again, this is not something that is just a Niner issue. This is a football issue because, football is a rough and tumble sport. So you get to this time of year, you're going to need some fresh bodies in camp. So the Niners did make some moves today. And a lot of these moves, didn't necessarily get a lot of people's attention, except, Marcus, for the last name, kicker Greg Joseph. And the biggest position battle of this Niner camp, this Niner team, was kicking. Greg Joseph coming in, the Niners signed him in the offseason. Longtime kicker, longtime free agent, signed him in the offseason to compete with Jake Moody, who was drafted in the third round a few years ago. And I think I'm being fairly kind when I say has not necessarily lived up to being drafted in the third round. Now, it ain't his fault he got drafted in the third round, but it is his fault. He missed way too many kicks of significance, and maybe that had to do with him being injured last year, but it definitely had to do with, as he was diagnosed with Moody by their new special teams coach, Brant Boyer, he had a lack of confidence. So what do they try to do to boost his confidence? We'll get him into a good old kicking competition. And over the course of the kicking competition in this training camp, Greg Joseph was 22 of 24. Jake Moody was 21 of 24. But Joseph had to go today because, again, the Niners needed the bodies. They had to make some cuts. And Kyle Shanahan said this. And, I know there are folks who are never going to believe anything that comes out of Kyle Shanahan's mouth because he hasn't won a Super Bowl or they don't like him for whatever reasons. But you have to be a real hating-ass dork to not see the situation and hear what he said today and not say that there's truth in it, that they needed the bodies in camp, as I mentioned, the number of guys out and where they are at this point in training camp. And it's a luxury to carry two kickers. When you need those bodies. Right.
Oh, yeah. There's always camp bodies.
Yeah. When you need those bodies and you can't have that luxury of having those two kickers to have what I think is a very necessary competition at that spot with Jake Moody. Hey, man, you gotta move on. And I think what a lot of people really need to understand, the Lions did it last year. Teams have done it with success, is that you can go get guys off the street that can go out and make some kicks. And Greg Joseph, he might be back in Niners camp in a few days. He might be back in the Niners fold if Moody goes really down south. He might be back in the mix for the Niners by September or October, whenever you need him. You can get kickers off of the street and be okay at that position just because Moody has no competition. Now, with Greg Joseph being cut, don't mean that Jake Moody's not going to have competition probably as soon as in a few days if they need to and if the injury situation for the Niners gets better.
Man, look at here. There's no one who should be more afraid than a high-priced place kicker, brother. I can tell you right now, they paying you a lot of money because you're good, also because they like you, because they know they can get somebody else, unless you're one of the premier, like 3 or 4 place kickers that actually matters. Otherwise, it's shitty to say, but it's a fairly fungible position. And like you said, you can find a cat off the street. It's been done.
Right. Yeah. And again, the argument about why did the Niners draft Jake Moody in the third round a couple of years ago is still a legitimate argument to have. And it's something that you could definitely ding the Niners for. But I think in this situation, to look at it once again, where, well, you said it was going to be a competition all the way through training camp, and now you cut Joseph. This doesn't make any sense. This is the Niners once again mismanaging this kicking situation. Just slow your roll for a second. And just, even if you don't like Kyle Shanahan, if you think about it logically for 1 second, today they had to do what they needed to do. This absolutely does not mean that Jake Moody's job is safe, and it absolutely does not mean that Jake Moody is now a favored son at that position, so to speak. This is just a numbers game for now.
You are not safe, baby.
No.
You are not safe. The easiest place to cut is at that kicking spot.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Take your money and run.
So for the Niners, again, like I said, they have those joint practices coming up with the Broncos later on this week, and then the first preseason game. But right now,
do they typically train with the Broncos?
This is a new thing, and this is actually one of the good things we're getting. With training camp and the preseason in the NFL is that these joint practices. I think what's eventually going to happen, and this will be nice, is when we get to 18 games, because 18 games are coming, you're going to cut another preseason game, which is good to give you that 18th regular season game, and you're going to have more joint practices. You're going to have multiple joint practices. So in this somewhat fictional hypothetical scenario I'm putting forth, you get rid of that third preseason game. The Niners could have joint practices against the Broncos, and then they could have joint practices against the Raiders. Like, that will be the standard, the norm. But joint practices, I would say that this has become in vogue with good teams. Let's say over the last 5, not I'd say definitely over the last 5 to 10 years. And it's quite frankly, it's a much better way for coaches to evaluate what they have or what they don't have, depending on the situation, than it is in a preseason game. Because the preseason games, you can't work on anything, you don't want to show anything, and a lot of the bodies that do end up playing are not necessarily bodies that you're going to keep around. So joint practices are the new wave, and I think the right wave in today's NFL.
It's going to be really interesting to see once this schedule does hit 18 and they do cut another preseason game, because what they're really saying is that we're expecting everybody to show up ready to go.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any time for you to wrap up with preseason and that stuff. You go show up and you better be ready to go from basically preseason game number 2, which used to be preseason game number 4. Like, you better be ready to go because the cuts will be essentially made then.
The vets are already doing this. The smart vets are already doing this, and this is the time for the rookies to mash the gas and get going. So, no, you're 100% right about that. And Todd, you're 100% right as well. The word is true, absolutely true, that Purdy and Kittle and Ricky Pearsall are absolutely clicking nice, especially Purdy and Ricky Pearsall. George Kittle, I mean, listen, am I biased because I watch him every week? Absolutely. Best tight end in football. And I don't think it's particularly close. And this is not to say that the other guys, like that bad boy with the Raiders, and like he's not good. You know, Kelsey is still very good. I'm blanking on his name, but you know what I'm talking about. That big boy from Georgia who went to high school. And
the young guy. Was he rookie last year?
Oh, Mark Bowers. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, listen, that young fella is woo.
He could be something.
He ain't nothing to fool with. And Sam Laporta.
Raiders will blow it. Don't you worry though.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to say that, but before they blow it, it's pretty damn good. Sam Laporta is another guy that I'm thinking of with the Lions before he got hurt. He got some really good tight ends out there. Some young, some not old. Again, the first guy you think of when you say that is Travis Kelce. But George Kittle is better than all of them as an all-around tight end, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had a year that's better than the one he had last year. And the year he had last year was absolutely off the charts.
Who is that kid in Cleveland, tight end out there? Guy, I can't remember his name, but I love him. Oh, God. Dreadlock kid. He's big boy, too.
Yeah. Now, and listen, that tight end position, remember when the tight end position was, those guys are glorified offensive linemen, and you had a couple of them who could catch, and you were like, whoa, what the hell are we doing here? Now, it is an expectation that if you are going to be thought of as one of the best offensive linemen, one of the best tight ends, you got to have those hands. Yeah, you got to have cooking in the pass game. But if you can't block and if you don't have that mean streak, if you don't have that nasty streak, then you are not considered to be an all-around tight end. And they got these guys playing that position right now, like gangbusters.
It's some dogs out there, man. It's some real dogs out there. I always like the tight end position anyway.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
So, again, the Niners, day off tomorrow, I believe, and then they'll get day off tomorrow and Wednesday, and then they'll get it cracking again with those joint practices against the Denver Broncos. Let's move on. I'm actually a little bit bored by this Kuminga Warriors Mexican standoff, as I call it. It just the whole thing just bores the hell out of me. So Kuminga wants, and I don't think what he wants is wrong by any stretch of the imagination. And this idea that he has to be painted as a bad guy or he's a selfish guy for wanting money and consistent playing time and consistent shots, that doesn't make him a bad guy. It makes him misguided in terms of how he needs to play within the Warriors system. But Marcus, it doesn't make him a bad guy. And it bugs me when I see people saying that he's selfish and get him out of here because he wants those things. Every player, especially young players, wants those things.
Yeah, I think with him, it's not being a bad guy. It's probably what we like to have in our athletes is the irrational confidence, and he is clearly deluded about where he is in the world of small/power forwards. He seems to be a guy that's really talented, but I feel like he's getting bad advice. I don't think they're paying attention to the landscape the salary landscape around them. If were I him, I take the 2-year deal and make sure I'm tradable. If you take that 7-9, I don't think anybody's gonna give him the $30 million that he thinks he's gonna get.
Man, his agent seems like a real noob.
Man, you think the Warriors have stunted his growth? Boy, this agent is stunting his pockets.
Come on, dog.
I feel bad for him because I'm like, dude, go ahead, take this money now because the Warriors can always give you more than any other team. Take the signing trade. Let somebody else pay you on your second year. Yeah, it's fine.
He wants money. He wants shots. He wants playing time. I understand that. Kerr wants him to rebound and play defense the way that they need him to play defense within that system from a team defensive concept. Steph definitely wants Kuminga to play through him, as Steve Kerr wants that. And Lacob loves him. And there's no way that Joe Lacob is going to pull a 21st century version of Chris Cohan and trade Kuminga to the Kings and then watch him blow up and thrive. So, and like I mentioned, his agent is a noob. So to me, it just seems like it's going to be the same show that we saw last year. And that kind of bores me.
I actually think that what the amount of money the Warriors are offering him yearly is fair. 23, 25 million for a guy who comes off the bench, 15 points a game, not necessarily efficient. I think that's a pretty good bit of cash.
I did read, though, that second year is a team option.
It is a team option.
He really only has 1 year. Now, 1 year at 20-something million is a whole lot more than 1 year at $7 million. But we see this in the NFL, and it's definitely more acute and understandable in the NFL where contracts are not guaranteed.
Yeah.
You want that guaranteed money. And if you are just going to give me 1 year at 20-something million, it seems the way that they're playing it is, if you're not going to trade us, which the Warriors are really never going to do, and there really never seemed to be a market out there that necessitated the Warriors making a trade, then you just say, I'll play for that $7 million. I'll ride it out. You know, it's not like football where you go into that contract year and you play it out, and you are definitely taking your financial health to a place where it's very risky. In the NBA, it's still risky, but it's a situation that's much more doable. You know, if you ball it out, but again, it's a big if because
the market is what the market is.
You're right. The market is what the market is.
Himself, you know,
and the way that he wants to play and the way that the Warriors want him to play are complete. It's like when you get two magnets and you try to push them together and they will not push together. He's either going to have to play the way that they want him to play, which might mean you get up less shots and your numbers aren't as flashy, but it's better for Steph, which means, of course, that's better for the team. But that's not necessarily better for your pocketbook.
And listen,
for him,
I think that a lot of this is about timing. Teams don't have the money right now to take a swing at a 22-year-old who wants $30 million a year and doesn't want to be anybody's second option.
Right.
You put that stuff out there, you are really putting yourself in a box.
Yeah.
I say, just let me play this out. Let me get my money for these 2 years. At least I'm gonna get my 23 mil over the next 2 as opposed to 7, and taking a chance that the money's not there at the end of the year.
I agree.
You're in free agency. Take my money. Let the Warriors sign me to an extension of 25 or 30 mil, and then trade me.
Yeah. It seems to be a situation where it didn't have to get to this point, but it always seemed like it was going to get to this point, right? Does that make sense?
Preach it. Preach it. Preach it.
Which is why it's just so damn boring. You're like, this is what it's all coming down to.
You know what, though?
You're doing nothing.
This is going to be crazy. The one scenario that people are giving absolutely no play is Kuminga balls out and re-signs with the Warriors long term.
Yeah, but so here's the thing. And you mentioned him not wanting to be a second option. That seems to be the consensus.
That's a big one, dude.
But you can be a second option to a guy that has 1 million eyeballs on him in Steph Curry. But you have to play a certain way. And the thing is that Steph wants you to play this way. And if you don't play the way that is not just beneficial to Steph,
Yep.
And it is. But what's beneficial to Steph, as I mentioned, is always been beneficial to the Warriors at large, to their desire, of course, to win games. Yo, man, if you do that, to me, those shots are going to come. You know what I mean? Eventually, you're going to get it. I think for the young man, again, I don't blame him at all for wanting to get his playing time, for wanting to get his money, and for wanting to get his shots. But you gotta play the long game and the smart game.
Yep.
And the intelligent game. And I think that's where that's where his agent and that's where his people.
His agent, I don't know who his agent is. I don't know if he's an experienced
I forget the guy's name, but he's making a mess of this whole thing.
He is. And I'm looking at Just Battle. Yes, Kuminga did say he did not want to be a second option. That's reported from Shams, and Shams is usually on the money. He did say he was not interested in being a second option. He went into detail. I wanted to be a multi-time All-Star. I don't want to be a second option. I want a guaranteed starting position. These are some of the things that Jonathan Kuminga, according to Shams, who again has great credibility and is usually proven right, this is what he said.
I don't need my two favorite people fighting. No. Come on, guys. Don't do this. Don't do this. I mean, listen, whether he said it or whether he didn't, clearly, Jonathan Kuminga, and this does not make him a bad person.
Not at all.
Does not make him selfish. This does not make him a cancer. All that dumb shit that people say that have agendas to push. He clearly chafes at the idea of having to play through Steph.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not something. Forget about whether he wants to do it or not. It's not something he's comfortable with doing. He's not. And he's also not comfortable defending in a team defensive setting. And these are things that they want him. And when I say they, I mean, it's really the two most important people in that organization, right? And it's not Joe Lacob, even though he's the dude in charge.
No, it's not.
Steph Curry and it's Steve Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones that are in control of the product
Absolutely.
that we see 82 times during the regular season and hopefully for a nice long run in the playoffs. They have a certain mindset when it comes to how they see the game and how they want the game to be played. And they want that game to be played to where it's ball movement, body movement, all these things we've heard, but all of it has to go through Steph. Everybody's job on that team. And this is why Draymond figured it out, and this is why Draymond is still on that squad. Considering all the things that he's done, why is Draymond on that squad? Because he knows the most important thing is to make sure that dude, number 30, gets the ball and gets as many looks and hopefully as many good looks as possible. And it is your job and really everybody else's job on that squad that is on the floor at that time to make sure that that happens. And if there is one person, and we saw this with Clay near the end with him when he was trying to get up shots and everybody understood why he was trying to get those shots up, right? And he was trying to get that feeling back. But when he was getting up shots and it was taken away from what they do offensively better than anybody out there, and it was taken away from what Steph does that makes them better than anybody out there in that regard, that's when things started to go haywire. So for Kuminga, whether he said he wanted to be a second shot, it doesn't matter. I think anybody with at least one working eye can see how he wants to play does not line up with the way that he is desired to play by the one person, Steph Curry, who is the most important person on that team.
Preach it. And you know what would really work for Kuminga? Just play like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Follow that blueprint. Go out there, play defense, get rebounds, get out there, go to the basket, man. Get fouled.
Pass the ball.
Yeah.
Pass the ball.
Yeah.
You keep doing that. All right.
You're going to get shots.
You're going to get shots. And you're going to get wide open. You're going to get all you can eat, brother. All you can eat.
All day.
I guess I'm not that bored by this Kuminga situation since I just
I always feel like
about it without a breath.
Be careful what you wish for. And this is what I think happens to a lot of young, talented players. They think they're ready for that spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know when the scouting report is about you. The game changes.
Hey man, let me tell you something.
The game changes.
It used to be a chalkboard. Now it's a white. Okay, now it's a whiteboard. All right. when your name starts to creep up on that chart, okay, when you might be number 3 or number 4 and you go up to number 2, it's a whole different shebang bang. When you go from 4, then let's just say guys are injured, right?
Yep.
You go from 4 to 1, you start seeing defensive coverages that you couldn't imagine. You start seeing dudes coming at you where you're just like, he's not supposed to be guarding me out here. But, again, guys don't think about that, or they say, all right, it don't matter to me. Bring it. And then it gets brought to you, and you're like, God damn.
Anthony Edwards, perfect example.
Right.
Wait a minute. I don't know how to play when I'm being double teamed. What is this about?
Now, Jason, we'll move on here. Jason does bring up a very good point. Say your teammates telling you nobody can guard you, and you got someone of you that can't guard you. Y'all passing? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm passing. Listen.
Yeah.
And I know it's easy for me to sit here in this chair and say that. So obviously take it with the grains of salt I'm shoveling out here. Hey, man, it's Steph's team.
That's right.
It's Steph's team.
That's right.
Pass
if he says, give me the ball, I'm giving him the ball. And guess what? When he doesn't say, give me the ball, I'm still giving him the ball.
Find a way to give him the ball. Or get the ball to Draymond so Draymond can give him the ball. And yeah, Jason, Draymond was the dude that was gassing him up. Be like, no, you got this, brother. You got this. And
plus, let's be honest, Rod. Always beware the dude who's telling you he can't guard you. That dude is probably coming off the bench and looking for another spot.
Watch out for the dummy move, baby. Watch out.
My man's like, I need a job. I gotta get this dude off the team.
Watch out for the setup, baby. So the Kaminga Warriors Mexican standoff continues. I'm just glad that I could shoehorn the Mexican standoff term in there. So I'm sure this is something that you folks who are watching and listening, and as always, we appreciate your patronage. And Marcus, I'm sure this is something you've talked about here over the last few days when I was on vacation when this happened, and we have a new segment here on the show that was necessitated by what we're going to talk about here that happened last week when I was on vacation. New segment of the show called Bruh. Really? Okay. WNBA.
Yes.
Hot WNBA action.
Yes.
Last week, and both of these incidences involve the wildly popular Golden State Valkyries, and they were in Atlanta.
Wildly popular.
The ATL last week, and it was a tightly contested game. And I'll just show you the video.
This gets blocked by Maya Caldwell. Something flies on the court.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Let me go ahead and bag it up. And look at the free throw line. Look at the WNBA logo.
Yeah.
At the free throw line, and you will see something that is a completely different color than anything that you see on the court. So I'll back it up there a little bit and keep your eye on the free throw line.
Something flies on the court, actually, from
the
crowd. The
So,
officials will say they
let these ladies play on. Now, if you don't know anything about this, understand why what I'm about to mention here is wild, because you have officials whose job it is to see something that flies on the court, especially something that is a completely different color than anything that's on the court.
Yeah.
You see that happen, you stop play immediately. But these WNBA officials did not stop play. So I'll back it up to the beginning. Keep your eye on the free throw line and understand that this game should have been stopped as soon as this soon-to-be identified flying object hit the court.
Hayes gets blocked by Maya Caldwell. Something flies
I don't
on
know
the
why I make
court,
that noise.
actually,
So anyway,
from
so
the
they let
crowd.
play continue
The officials will
for,
say they will
I guess,
continue play
another 6-7
as that
seconds.
goes
All
off
right.
the fingertips
Ball goes out of
of the
bounds. Ball to
Valkyries.
stop. Now we got to figure out what it
You
is.
can see
We
the
get a slow-mo
object, the
replay.
block right
Look at the
there.
free throw
The
line.
object comes, that
Boing,
green
boing, boing,
thing
boing, boing.
bounces,
And
and
it
it goes to the
Slides
sideline.
to the
We're not exactly where.
to the sideline.
We're not sure where it came
All right, so now
from.
play has stopped, and they have to go pick up the object. Because, my goodness, what is it now? You'll notice here we have one of Atlanta's finest, and I'm talking about a police officer, not somebody in the crowd. We have Officer Friendly here, and a few good Samaritans who are trying to corral the green unidentified flying object. So we'll let it continue.
That type of
The
activity. Yeah.
police
No one's
officer over
picked the
there.
object up
No!
yet. Oh,
Whoa,
my God.
there we go. Okay, so now, so now we got a picture of it.
Somebody's sick. Someone needs a doctor.
I have no idea why someone decided to go to the game with Hulk's manhood and then fling it on the court. But these are wild, wild times. We
Gotta say, Rod, the Hulk, not impressed.
Well, see, this confirms it that the Hulk's on steroids, because that's, you know, he's bulked up everywhere else, but you know, 100 pounds of dynamite with a 1/4-inch fuse, if you will.
You know,
so anyway,
you know what? This is actually shocking that it's taken this long for this to happen. Because you would think that some troll would get loose at a WNBA game at some point sooner and do one of these numbers. So
yeah,
you know what? Kudos to the trolls for being, being nice and safe for the last 26 years.
So
Oh my gosh,
anywho,
okay.
so they got the video. The officer picks it up with the towel, and she's there to protect and serve. And I don't know about you, but if I would have been there, I would have felt a lot safer knowing that Officer
Yes.
Friendly there picked up the offending toy and removed it from the premises. And a couple of nights later in Chicago, in the game involving your Golden State Valkyries,
Here we go.
got another one.
Here we go.
Now
What
I want
color
you to
is it?
watch how this one hits
Got
the
a
court.
whistle away from the basketball.
The pan in is diabolical, by the way.
Why they act like it's a tarantula? Running over, kicking it out.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But you notice though, they stopped playing, and then old girl referee right here. I'll start it from the beginning, because again, the camera panning in on the offending sex toy on the ground, again, diabolical.
I was actually watching this game too, Rod. So
Okay.
I was watching that particular game.
So they stopped play, and then the cameraman or woman
Got a
with the
whistle
pan
away
in
from the
is
basketball.
crazy. And then the referee right here comes in with the Lionel Messi. Get that out of here. But oh boy jumps over it like if it touches him, he's going to get the cooties. Let's go back and watch oh boy in the yellow here. When the referee kicks it, watch him
That's
jump
awesome.
like it's a mouse running through the kitchen and he's got bare feet. Watch him. Woo!
I gotta throw the towel on it. Yeah. I don't want to mess up my shoes. That is hilarious. So here's the problem. And
There's
it's
so
not
many
a-
problems. Yes.
It's not a problem, I guess, if you want to have a good time. But this is going to turn into like throwing the octopus or the octopi on the ice.
Yeah, when the Red Wings are in the Stanley Cup playoffs,
Yeah.
they're throwing sea creatures on the ice. They used to do it at Sharks games where they would throw deceased sharks onto the ice. And I will ask the same question that I asked when the Red Wings were in the playoffs and I mentioned the Sharks. It's not about where you get the objects from. Because I mean, listen, I will assume if you want a deceased shark to throw, you could find one. All right,
Yes.
you want a toe, I can get you a toe. What movie was
Yeah.
it? The Big Lebowski. Like,
Yeah.
but to me, it's the thought of, fam, I'm going to the game tonight to see the Dream play the Valkyrie.
That's right.
You know what I'm going to do for shits and giggles? I'm going to throw a dildo, a
That's
lime
right.
green one, because again, the color is very specific.
That's
right?
right.
2 games, 2 different cities, same piece was thrown in these cities.
And you know they came with a bag. Like there's more than just that one.
So
They
you
came
got
with a backpack filled with them.
See, whoa. Yo,
You don't show up with just one. They
Hang
came
on.
prepared. They came prepared.
real talk, dog, you just blew my mind. I didn't think about being strapped with multiple
You
straps.
you
I
don't
didn't
show
think
up with
about
just
that.
one. Yeah.
I thought you just snuck in with the one. See, I was all fixated on you go and you get a specific color dildo, sneak one in, and then fling it on the court at a strategic, although be very wrong time. I didn't think about, Marcus, what you're saying. having literally a bag of dildos.
That's right.
And then it's like going through them, and they're like, like a Rolodex. And you're just like, where's the lime green one? Where's the lime? And like, because you can't just throw a black one. Well,
You can't. That'd be too cliche. Like, you can't. You can't. By the way, there must not be any metal in these things because they're getting them right through the gates.
I don't know. I don't have any practical experience, but my guess is that they are all silicon rubber. So yeah, there's no metal in them, and the way that they bounce leads me. You know what? I've already thought about this more than I need to. They did, however, find the person who threw the one in Atlanta, the game in Atlanta. Police in College Park, Georgia, told ESPN that they arrested one Delbert Carver. And by the way, if that name does not sound like someone who knows how to acquire lime green dildos, then I don't know how to acquire lime green dildos. Anyway, they found this guy and arrested him. He faces counts of disorderly conduct, public indecency, indecent exposure, and criminal trespass.
Oh my God.
No assault, because he could have hurt somebody with that thing.
Could have hurt somebody. Delbert, an experienced dildo thrower. It sucks, by the way, no pun intended, that he faces all these counts of disorderly conduct, public indecency, all that stuff. Come on, man.
Yeah, but so it was wild, and that is our new segment.
Really?
So
fire! Don't forget that,
bruh. Really? I will play it again, bruh. Really? Yeah, because again, the mindset. How do you think I'm going to do this, and then pull it off or out?
I mean, 23. That's about the age where you do that type of thing too. That's appropriate.
I mean, I vaguely remember being 23.
Yeah,
and nah.
And you right out of college, you do some dumb shit. If you're gonna do dumb shit,
no, I'm not saying I didn't do dumb shit.
It's gonna be about that age.
Okay, so boy,
now, me
the
personally,
quality hangers in the chat, y'all. Okay, Naomi, thank you.
I am myself, but not an experienced dildo thrower. However, clearly people have some love and joy.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing reading the comments.
Yeah, I am too.
I hope you all are reading the comments too.
There we go. All right, Naomi. Is that Naomi? We know it's not metal. We know it's not.
Wow, I was not expecting the quality hangers in the chat to be so well versed in sex toy knowledge, but now that I have knowledge of your knowledge, I mean,
free Delbert.
Don't we all have a sense of fulfillment here? Oh, did it come with Diddy juice?
Free
wow,
Delbert.
It's a callback. Oh, wait a minute. So have the Valkyries won? They won both of these games?
They won one. No, they lost. They beat Dallas, didn't they? They lost.
This is Atlanta, Chicago. So okay, so all right. So they're 0-2 or 1-1.
I think they split those.
Okay. All right. Escobar is saying that they're 2-0. So I'm saying if they keep winning, it's happening.
I mean, they're trying to get to 500 and stay there. That's really been the problem all year long.
Oh, that's not a euphemism for something sexual. You're talking about actually getting to a 500 record. Okay.
Yeah, I'm legitimately
just checking.
Yeah.
So there you go. Brand new segment.
I'm trying to be an adult and mature about it, right?
No, I mean, why? I've already completely and totally blurred that line. It's like a baseball game when the first guy gets in the batter's box, the steam batter's box, and he just wipes out the back line so he can get as far back in the batter's box as possible. I did that with the brand new segment that everybody loves, or at least tolerates, and that segment is...
Bruh, really?
I hope that's what Delbert's homeboys were saying to him when he got out after being locked up for throwing dildos. Bro, really?
Free Delbert. Let's all go kneel at the center court.
settle down. Easy. All right. Just got back from vacation. I thought
Escobar
maybe-
got it right, and you're right, Escobar. Ain't no way to be an adult when green dildos are involved.
There isn't. No, there isn't. John also said we learned this stuff by the second grade in San Francisco.
Oh, probably
now.
true. Probably true.
We don't want Fox News to get all in his. So there we go. Really, everybody's America's favorite segment. Let us do on this date, August 4th. I will go in non-chronological order because
Here we go.
The last one is the best one. On this date in 2006, the cinematic classic and my personal favorite of the movies that starred Will Ferrell and my man John C. Reilly,
Ooh.
Talladega Nights, released on this date in 2006. I know people like Step Brothers. Step Brothers is great, but for your boy, this is the one.
Boy, I don't know. It's tough, man. Will was on a run with
He was on a
bunch of
heater,
movies.
dog.
Woo! I don't know. Talking to Step Brothers, Anchorman. Ooh.
Now I'm a
Tough
racing
call.
fan. I'm not as big of a NASCAR fan as I used to be, and that's something that I don't want to get into because it would bore people. But I just think out of the two movies, that scene where he jams the knife in his leg.
Yeah.
You cut around the meat. Like, oh, I got two knives in my leg. Like it's every single time. It just sends me into when he says he's in a coma. Will Ferrell's in a coma. His character Ricky Bobby's in a coma, and John C. Reilly's character says, I'm paraphrasing, but I have to make a confession. That year you went away to community college, I did a spread in Playgirl magazine. Spread my butt cheeks and everything. Went by the name Mike Honcho. It's like I checked into so many hotels named Mike Honcho, from 2006 to 2008. So,
Dude, your boy Will Ferrell was on such a role. What was the one he did with Mark Wahlberg? The Good Guys.
very
The other
good movie.
guys.
Yeah,
The other guys.
The other guys. Very good.
Yeah,
movie.
and he had that hideous wife.
What's old girl's name? That is decidedly not hideous
and not even close.
Eva Mendes. Yeah.
Mendez.
Yeah.
Eva Mendez.
And they're looking like, how did you get her?
She's hideous.
That's one of the realest conversations of all time, though. When a guy has clearly outkicked his coverage, and everybody's like, how did he get her?
Oh my God! The whisper fight with Michael Keaton.
So good, so good, so good.
Amazing, dude.
So yeah, on this date, Will Ferrell continued his early 2000s heater with the cinematic classic Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. All right, so on this date, we'll save the best for last. On this date in 1993, make sure I got the videos in order. I do. On this date in 1993, 46-year-old Nolan Ryan beat the brakes off a 26-year-old Robin Ventura. Roll it.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out.
I'm going to stop it there and I want to rewind it. I'm going to be very quiet. I know it'll be the first time. I want you to listen to the sound that this fastball from maybe the greatest fastball pitcher of all time, Nolan Ryan, the sound it makes when it hits Robin Ventura's back.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out.
So now he walked for a second, he thought about it, and he said, I cannot let this slide. Shouldn't have did that, dog.
Look at this.
Hey, man, Robin Ventura, if you go look at his stat, and you don't have to because, this ain't school. You go look at Robin Ventura's stats. Robin Ventura had a really good, solid Major League Baseball career. But what is Robin Ventura going to be known for? He's going to be known for half-heartedly and half-assedly going up and trying to fight a dude who is full of nothing but piss, vinegar, Texas, and old man strength. And when he slows down Ventura, when he slows down going to the mound, that was his mistake because he should have picked up
Single in the first. Watch out.
But he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He's like, nah, I'm out of here.
He slows down. Do we have other angles in slow motion? Absolutely, we have other angles in slow motion. So let's give you the center field camera once again, this time in slow motion.
Well, the pitch was behind him. No question. You know, Robin's been hitting that spot. That's at least the second time, and he delayed for a second. There they go.
Yeah, he's like, well,
talk to him.
now I'm out here.
Well,
Now I gotta go and do something.
Robin from behind.
Nolan's like, you're supposed to talk to these uppercuts, playboy. All right.
Robin.
And by the way, you notice all the dudes it took to get Nolan Ryan down. Because again,
Dude, that's a big old country strong old man. Come on,
Nolan
man.
Ryan been an angry old man his entire
man.
life. Okay.
Come on, man. That's another dude I ain't never seen young.
No, yeah, exactly. Now let's
What
give
we
the
doing?
let's give the what did they used to call that back in the day? The reverse field camera.
Mm.
Is this the one? Oh yeah, right here. When he lifts his head up and catch him right there.
Well, you can see that Nolan was hitting Robin right on the top of his head, so he probably hurt his hand a little bit in that thing, and he did.
Trust me, Nolan Ryan did not hurt his hand when he was crushing Robin Ventura's skull on this date in 1993.
That was a pretty strong squad, that Texas Rangers team. Now looking at some of the players out there.
Yeah.
Juan Gonzalez was over there, Pudge Rodriguez. That was a pretty solid.
Julio Franco, who's the
He's
only
still there,
person
too?
older than Nolan Ryan,
Yeah.
was on that team, and that was the
Didn't
White
Ruben
Sox.
Sierra?
Yeah, he was on that team. Ozzie Guillen is on the
Man.
White Sox team. There's a name on this team though, on that White Sox team, and he if he wanted to could have gotten in there and mixed it up with Nolan Ryan.
Hmm.
But you know how it is when two alpha lions are like, you know what, dog, I respect your hustle, I respect your get down, I'm not going to bother with it. Bo Jackson was on that White Sox team.
Oh
He-
yeah, close
he's on that squad. And Bo's like,
Yeah.
nah, Robin, you went out there and you bothered that man. You got to take that ass whooping. I'm
Yeah,
not
Bo was like,
getting involved with it.
Bo was like, I just got this hit from Walmart. I'm not running out there. I'm cool. I'm cool.
So there you go. On this date, August 4th, 1993, Nolan Ryan
Escobar says Joey Bell was Albert Bell playing for the Sox then?
on this White Sox. Gosh, I don't know.
Was he? No, was he?
See if I can look it up here. I don't. You know what? He could have been. I don't know. I mean, 1993 was a long time ago. Yeah,
I think he's with Cleveland. I think he's with Cleveland.
Nolan Ryan caved in Robin Ventura's head. By the way, this is how you know the game has changed. 46-year-old
Bell.
Nolan Ryan
Mm-hmm.
started that game, got into a fight, won that fight, finished the game, went 7 innings, and got the win.
Of course,
Got
he
the
did.
decision. So,
Of course he did.
46-year-old man throwing heat, beat up somebody literally 20 years younger than him in Robin Ventura, went 7 innings, which does not happen now, and got the win.
This dude was bionic. You have to, and this is a sort of a side tangent, but when you think about longevity in baseball and basketball, and I mean longevity in terms of eating innings or playing minutes, guys did it so much with so much regularity that it's a trip that dudes break down so easily these days in baseball and basketball. When you had guys like Nolan Ryan, but now obviously he's an outlier, but still, dudes still pitched innings. Dudes
Well-
were not out of the game after 4 innings.
I mean, Nolan Ryan was basically a pitching callus. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, he built up all of that strength, that he was damn near indestructible. You know, there's a philosophical discussion about how pitchers in particular are treated now. You know, guys, they don't pitch, they throw. And they're just trying to throw as hard as they
can
to get as much spin, to get as much rotation as they possibly can. There is no setting guys up. There's no setting up a guy. Forget about from pitch to pitch and in at bat. There's really no more setting up guys from inning to inning. You know, what is the rarity in baseball? A starter seeing a lineup the third time through. Maybe I should call it a rarity, but it's not something that a guy like Nolan Ryan was expected, and guys of his ilk, even guys not as good as Nolan Ryan, they were expected to go 7 innings.
At
We have
least
gotten
7.
now in the last, I mean, really, it's been the last 15 years.
Who's thrown 300 innings?
Oh shit! I mean, Paul Skeens.
Yeah, I
Eric
mean,
Skubal. I mean, you talk about guys who are going to be Cy Young winners for their respective leagues.
Crazy.
But as far as that being like, no, a horse is going to do that. You don't have a much, Logan Webb with the Giants, now, these names are starting to come to me, but it was an expectation that
yes,
not just the ace or the number one guy on every team, the top three, at minimum two on every team. And again, this is not something we're talking about from 1993 or from 1963. Over the past 10 years, a quality start has gone from 7 innings and then get it to your setup guy and get it to your closer. It's now 5 innings.
crazy.
Justin Verlander today
Crazy.
pitched well. Should have got the win. Giants had blew one late. That's a different discussion for a different time. But he went 6 innings. That's a good start for him at 42 years old. But even if he were 22 years old, the guy going 6 innings, like that's a good start. 5 innings is a quality start. It's wild to see that happen. And again, that just happened over the last 10 years.
Yep. Pitchers not going 300 innings, and where are all the 300 hitters?
Well, I think there's might be 1 or 2 in all of Major League Baseball. The game is completely changed, and wishing for it to get back there. Even though I feel like the pendulum is sort of swinging back, albeit slowly. It's not going back as fast as it went the completely different direction, completely other way. I think the game. They have gone so far in this direction now in terms of how pitchers do their job, how hitters do their job. I don't know if we're ever going to get back to where it used to be, and I don't know if we're even going to get back to a point where there's some sort of middle ground. Quite frankly, I just think we're just too far beyond.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. I don't think it's ever coming back, and it's too bad because that was the fun of watching a lineup. It's not 5-6 dudes trying to hit home runs. It has. Everybody had a position and you had a certain role in your lineup.
Yeah.
You needed some guys who hit 300, who could lay down a butt, etc. Now everybody's just trying to hit it out the park.
I love John's comment we've had up on the screen here for a while. Bo Jackson said, "You do you, fool." That's a country good old boy. It's true because country good old boys, like I said, they know each other. Hey, Bo, what is Bo? Country boy.
He is exactly that.
he saw Nolan, and again, he's like, "Robin, hey man, you did that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm staying out of it."
I tell you what, I do wish that Bo had played football.
Oh, Jesus.
I like the fact that he was
two
sport, but I would have loved to see Bo play football full time. Boy, that could have been the greatest of all time. I mean,
records would have fallen for sure.
I watched the game, Raiders 49ers. I watched it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Jackson was the running back. Steve Berline was the quarterback, and that man. That Bo Jackson was a beast. Oh, it was Ronnie Lott versus Bo Jackson. That's why I clicked on the video. And I'm like, yeah, we ain't gonna never see this kind of football again.
No. I mean, you want to talk about a completely different sport. And I don't think it's for the worse like you have in baseball in certain instances, but football, no, it's just a completely different sport. All right. So that is the first post-vacation show that we have for you as far as what's happening here at Quality Hang World Headquarters in the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. We will be back live for you on Wednesday night. But before we go, just like we did at the beginning, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Hop Monk Taverns, 3 locations to choose from, Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. Check them out online at hopmonk.com, not only to peruse their very diverse menu, that leads to a great culinary experience. I don't know why I'm using these weird big words when talking about Hop Monk's menu. I just feel compelled to do so. Their craft beer selection is of the highest quality, and what they do as far as live music and live entertainment is better than any other outfit of their ilk in the Bay Area. So again, check them out online at hopmonk.com. Follow them on all the socials, but more importantly, go on in and check them out if you happen to be anywhere near the Feinbergs of Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. Marcus, my brother, it is good to be back, my friend. It is good to see you once again.
Ditto, baby. Good to be back and cracking.
All right, everybody. We will see you on Wednesday. Special shout out to all the quality hangers in the chat. Your sex toy knowledge is unparalleled and alarming. I doff my cap to all of you. I learned some things that will keep me up tonight, quite frankly, and not in a good way. No. Some of it is truly terrifying and disturbing.
It sure is.
Just to know that there are a good amount of people who are watching this show and who are fans of Quality Hang. That there are people who have extensive sex toy knowledge,
Yes,
and you pass that along to us tonight.
Exactly it.
Thank you.
Every week, new sex toy knowledge.
I'm probably gonna have to travel with Perel when I meet you guys to shake your hands, because that was a disturbing segment. I'm not gonna lie. No,
It was
no, you guys are great. I'm just kidding.
but also therapeutic. Thank you.
It was informative, without a doubt. And damn it, knowledge is power. I learned that watching cartoons back in the day. No, seriously, we love you guys in the chat. We love that you guys mix it up, and we love that you have created a community. That's what this is all about, and that's real talk right there. All right, y'all. We will see you on Wednesday, and as always, be good and be good at it. We'll see you.